What's up, YouTubers? I am here with the video on how I went from skinny to fit thick. So I feel like I need to do this video because I'm up here doing video after video showing you guys tips on how to get the best look you can be, but at the same time you guys haven't seen my transformation. So it's like, how do I know if I'm giving the right information? I could be up here talking all that smack. So I decided to do a video on how I went from skinny to fit thick. I went way down my Instagram back into the beginning of my fitness time, and I found a photo that I want to show you guys, and it is filtered, so you know, I don't even think they have this filter no more. But let me show you my before picture. That's what I used to look like, and this is a picture I took a few months ago, maybe around the springtime. And if that wasn't good enough, here is a picture that I did side by side, and I had put it up on my Instagram to show people my transformation. So here it goes. And I would like to thank the gym gods for blessing me with my gains. So I have 5 tips of what I did to gain weight and cut down, and I feel like this would really help you guys out. So to get to a slim, thick size, it all depends on the individual because we are all shaped differently. Some are tall, some are short, some are heavier, some are skinnier. So the journey is going to be different for each and every one of you guys. I am 5'4", and you know, I'm not the tallest, not the shortest, but this is how I did it. Let's get started. Tip number 1, you want to build muscle. Building muscle will get you that fit, thick figure. So you want to lift pretty heavy. You don't want to lift too light because you ain't really gonna gain anything, you know what I'm saying? But yes, you want to lift heavy, and if you are a beginner, I would start off, you know, getting used to lifting weights because you don't want to hurt yourself, which goes into my tip number 2. You want to do proper technique. Proper technique is what helped me really shape my figure, because before, when I wasn't using proper technique, I didn't really see the results that I've seen now. What I mean by proper technique is just the simple things like, are you engaging your chest muscles? Are you engaging your core? You know, especially if you don't want to hurt your back, you want to always engage your core. And are you even engaging that ass? Are you squeezing that ass? Are you squeezing when you drop down low, when you do your squats and you pick it up? Do you squeeze at that very moment? If you are not squeezing, you are not going to be fit thick. And after all that is said and done, here is tip number 3, which you guys probably heard in every other video that you watched on how to get thicker, which is eating. And of course you want to eat right because you want to get all the nutritional values in and yada yada yada. However, this is what I did because I was skinny. Now, if you are trying to gain weight, it doesn't really matter at this point on what you eat. For instance, I didn't really worry about what I was putting in. Well, okay, I was worrying, but I wasn't eating junk food like donuts or anything, but I was eating pizza and fries and tacos and fries. And I was taking in a lot of protein because protein is what builds the muscle. I said this in one of my videos on when you work out and you're lifting weights, you're not really building muscle, you're breaking it down. You need protein to build it back up. Which leaves me to tip number 4. Okay, so since I was skinny. Oh, I forgot to mention, if you are not on the skinnier side and you're heavier and you want to lose weight, then obviously I wouldn't advise you eating pizza and fries and all that stuff. Your journey is going to be a bit different. So you might need to just, well, not might, but for your journey, you would just have to lose the weight a bit and then sculpt your body, which brings me to tip number 4. So for me, since I was skinnier, at the time I was 120 pounds and I am now close to 150. I'm usually in the 148, 147 range, but before this I was 120 pounds, and that's exactly what I did. I bulked up, I ate what I want, and then I toned and sculpted everything. Because the thing is, you can't do both. You can't try to gain weight and then have a nice stomach. It's like you have to do either or. Either you get a nice stomach, a nice six-pack or whatever it is that you want and not gain the weight, or you gain weight and then you drop it down a bit. You sculpt your body, you do more core workouts, you do what you gotta do to get that fit, thick shape. And that would bring, and that would, oh god damn. And that is what actually brings me back up to tip number 1, is when I built muscle and I was lifting heavy. Strength training makes you gain weight. If you're doing hypertrophy workouts, and hypertrophy is, say like you lifting weights, right? And you're doing 14 reps, like 10 to 14, so some people do 20 reps, I don't know why, but you know, whatever. But like 10 to 14 reps, that's considered like hypertrophy. You cannot do hypertrophy lifting if you're doing strength training, because if you're lifting that weight 14 times, then it's not heavy enough. Strength training is like about 4 to 8 reps, all the way down to like 1 for like 1 rep, but that's like your max. With all those things said and done, here is tip number 5, which is staying goddamn freaking stress-free. That's what tip number 5 is. Because, and let me tell you my story, all right? A few years ago, I was stressed the heck out, okay? I was going through some shenanigans, and I'm not the only one that goes through shenanigans. I'm pretty much sure all you guys are going through some shenanigans too. And I was once 130 pounds, but from all that stress, I went down to 120. And when you are stressed, it is hard to function right. Your body, your mentality, everything is just like out of whack. So do your best to stay stress-free. Like, girl, meditate, take a bath, do what you gotta do. Like, take a little bit out of your time just to stay stress-free, because, girl, let me tell you, you ain't gonna get fit thick being stressed. I mean, you can, but damn, I'm going back down memory lane. Like I said, stay stress-free. But that's all my tips, from building muscle to proper technique to eating right to bulking up, then toning back down a bit and staying stress-free. At least doing my best, because you know, stress always creeps back up on you from time to time. Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm gonna have to do a separate video on how to get that hourglass shape. Because like I said, everyone is shaped differently. Some are tall, some are short, some are this, some are that, some are thicker in the hips, some are not. I wasn't blessed with hips. So, I mean, I'm gonna have to do a separate video because we are all so different. So to put it all in this video is going to take forever, but that's what I'm gonna have to do, because you know, you guys gotta get into that hourglass figure, you know what I'm saying? You wanna look sleek walking on the street where everybody looking at you like, hey. But that's all there is for now. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thumbs up if I gave some good information that could probably help you guys out. And I will see you all in my next video. Okay, peace.
Bruh.